Hello, and welcome once again to The Old Man Speaks, where I come to you 3 times a week and talk to you for 5 minutes about I don't know what. I got to thinking about the stories that we were told as children, how they were very strange, full of murder, scary animals that spoke and acted like deranged people, Bible stories with sex and murder. Recently, my brother told me a traditional story. I don't quite remember the details, but I'll fill in. There once was a man, a wise old man, a wise and kind old man, who would sit by the side of the road in between two towns. He would have water and some light food for passers-by who needed it. One day, a gentleman came down the road, and he had some water and spoke with the elderly man. He said, "I'm going to town B. What are the people like there?" This was a good thing to ask because back then you never knew what you were getting into. And if the people in town B had a reputation, you wanted to know about it. So the wise man said, "Where are you coming from?" He said, "Oh, I'm coming from town A." He said, "How did it go there? How were the people there?" He said, "Oh, those people, they were nasty. They stole things from me. They were rude. They treated me badly. I left town." I said, "Well, you're going to find pretty much the same thing in town B." And the gentleman went on his way and was disheartened. The next day, a different gentleman came by, and he sat, he had water, broke bread with the old man, and he asked the same question. He said, "Oh, I'm on my way to town B. What are the people like there? What can I expect?" He said, "Well, where are you coming from?" He said, "Oh, I'm coming from town A," same as the other man. He said, "Oh, tell me about it. What did you find there? How were the people there?" He said, "Oh, they were lovely. They treated me so nicely. We had a good time. It was lovely. They're really wonderful people." He said, "Well, that's pretty much what you'll find in town B." There's a simple story, one that has an obvious meaning to it about projection and about expectations and about how we perceive life in general. We remember the stories we were told as children. A matter of fact, if I gave you just the end of the story, I'm sure you'll know which story it is. For example, the pig made a giant fire in the fireplace and put a big pot of water on it. Just as the water started to boil, the wolf started coming down the chimney, and the little pig took the cover off the pot, and the wolf fell in. The little pig cooked him, ate him for dinner, and thought to himself, "I'm not so little anymore." And the pig lived happily ever after. Lovely thing to tell a child, huh? But there's many, many more stories like that. I always thought, what in the world are these adults thinking? Now, Jack and the Beanstalk, I think that the person who originated that story must have been on LSD or something like that. Jack is sold these magic beans, or he trades something or other for his magic beans. I haven't revisited that story for a while, with good reason. But I do remember that he climbs up this giant stalk, and he goes into this place where there is a huge ogre who wants to eat him. And he steals something from the ogre, some gold, rushes down this vine from the magic beans, and they live off this gold for a while. And then he goes back some years later and tries the same trick, comes down the vine once again, but this time with the ogre chasing after him. So he gets his axe and he chops down the vine and then chops up the ogre. What's the moral of the story? The moral of this story, after much thought, is that adults are freaking crazy. There's something wrong with them. It's been a pleasure. I come to you 3 times a week, and until next time, I wish you a very pleasant evening. Bye now.